And I just wanted to let you know that we are back from Mexico. Alex is the Colinga rehab.
That was a woman who was on vacation in Mexico with her family. She had some family that lived down there. And apparently they were driving through an intersection and someone crashed into them and killed her dad. Our brother became paralyzed and they all suffered massive injuries. And so they were going to pay for like a medical transport plane, which would cost, $100,000 to do. And I said, you're better off waiting a couple weeks till you get stabilized, getting a regular wheelchair and taking him on a regular flight that would probably cost you a few $100. Hi, Juana. This is Andrew. I just got your voicemail, and I'm so excited to hear that your brother is here. And Casa Colina is an amazing rehab. We have lots of our ambassadors there that will be there to help and disciple them and show them what's what and just support you guys. But that is just terrific news. I'm so happy to hear that you got him home. Welcome to our first Valley Go program here at Castaic Lake. Let's make some noise. How you guys feeling this morning? For those that don't know about Triumph Foundation, we help people triumph over obstacles they face, people that are having disabilities, and really our entire community. We want to increase inclusivity and get everybody out to play and have fun together. So that's really what today's all about, is getting people to participate in some fun and games. And so we're going to do hand cycling and kayaking and canoeing.
This is my first time doing anything like this, so.
Well, you all fun, so you're a quad like me.
Yeah.
So I've got a special bike.
I saw that they had the wrist thing.
Yeah, we've got gloves, so like, if you need something, let me know, because
Yeah.
I got love for everybody with a spinal cord injury, but the quad squad, it's different, just trying to work out our hands, so just know you're not the only one. Whoa, what's up, dude? Good to see you. It's Shinoda, right? Nice to see you, man. Hi, Mom. I'm glad you came. You're getting old, dude. I think where to start. No one's ever asked me to just generally tell you about myself. I'm a white man in America. I grew up in Southern California in Santa Clarita. I've always been a sports enthusiast. Ever since I was a little kid, I liked to play just about every game that had a ball. And I was also always into just kind of outdoor adventure stuff. I was always kind of known to be a little bit reckless, where I'd kind of push the limits a little bit, but I was always very coordinated and had good balance, and I've only broken my wrists as a child. Other than that, I don't think I've ever had any other major injury. 6 months after I graduated from college, I had landed a great job. I was with Kirsten, and I thought I had a future all planned out. My family was just getting to know Kirsten, and so we were going to go spend the Thanksgiving holiday up in Lake Arrowhead. And the day after Thanksgiving, November 26th, 2004, we were out front of the cabin building snowmen and sledding, and I was snowboarding.
I'll take a picture of him crashing. Oh.
I was lying in the snow, and I remember initially I didn't really understand what had just happened to me. I kind of thought, okay, my body can't move right now, but any second it's gonna wake up. Similar to how maybe when you get the wind knocked out of you and for a second you can't breathe and then you catch your breath. Well, I thought, well, any second my body will wake up and I'll shake it off and stand up and I'll say, wow, that was crazy. Well, those moments and seconds turned into minutes and hours and days and
I was still thinking that, you know, the doctors, once I got there, they would be able to fix it. And so I remember just about everything up until they landed the helicopter and brought me into the ICU, and that's where they did the reconstructive surgery on my neck. And I remember lying in the hospital bed and feeling like someone had maybe tied me down because I couldn't move anything. I remember feeling, you know, very alone and afraid. I wasn't able to breathe on my own at that time. I wasn't eating. I was really fortunate that my family was there. Kirsten was there, even though she was my girlfriend. They would still allow her to come in and see me even in those, you know, really tough times, because my family recognized how important she was in my life. Her and I went through a crazy few weeks in the beginning, and slowly learning about what a spinal cord injury was, and kind of coming to terms with the fact that this was going to be a major detour in my life. For my initial prognosis, for the level of injury that I have, I shouldn't be able to breathe on my own. I shouldn't really have much of a voice. I shouldn't be able to move anything below my neck.
Ready and up. Much better. Keep that retraction.
Fortunate that I beat that initial prognosis and got quite a bit of return of function back. I'm able to move my arms, able to move my legs a little bit. Not enough to walk, but definitely come a long, long ways from that initial day when I got hurt.
It's going.
To be perfectly honest, the other parts that are really difficult is for someone that suffers an injury like me, it's their bowel and bladders don't function properly either. And so just dealing with that is almost the worst part. I could deal with not using my legs. I could almost deal without using my hands. I think that would probably be number one if I could have anything back, because that's tough. Most people don't realize that, but it's a big part of the impact from the injury I sustained. So, but other than that, I'm pretty independent. Get around, able to take care of myself. Betty, you see my rugby bag anywhere? It's right there. Can you grab it for me, honey? Got it. Got it. I went from being a young man that was on top of his game, totally independent, to suddenly being crippled and needing help with everything like an infant. And it was a learning curve just to be able to tell somebody, hey, can you give me some assistance? And I think that's one of the best things that rugby's brought out is, number one, it taught me how to do those things. And it also taught me how to be independent again.
No, get out. Get out.
Get ball, George. You got it, Kevin. Stay there, Jack. Don't fucking move.
Nice. Push hard.
He's the best guy. So.
come out of there with a new type of energy. Even though I'm exhausted from pushing the whole time, it's rejuvenating in a lot of ways for me, and to beat up on people, get to express my warrior spirit that's still very much alive, and have fun with my friends. Probably one of the most important things for me initially after I got hurt was meeting other people that had gone through this before me, and they gave me hope, and they gave me resources, and answered questions, and they were there for me. And so I always kind of felt like I wanted to help out the next person to pay it forward. And I knew how fortunate I was to have a great family and to have a support system, to have Kirsten stay by my side. A lot of women don't stay around. They kind of sparked this idea that I was going to help people triumph in the same way that I was able to. One of my biggest fears is people, when they get hurt, is they live a life of sedentary, where they go home and they're confined to the four walls around them, and they don't get out. And it's almost not just paralyzed by what they're not physically able to do, but they're paralyzed mentally. And giving them an opportunity to get out and be amongst other people, and to play and have fun and bring joy back into their lives. The sports program is really important. And then Patrick, right? Yeah, just non-contact guard them. Probably getting out will help him out. We're all just kind of watching. Joel needs it, he'll tell us. The average age for people to get injured is like 26 years old. It's about 80% men. So it's these young guys that are, you know, in their prime, and they get hurt, and they're suddenly, you know, lost in this world they never dreamed they'd become a part of, and they have to learn how to ask and receive help, and it's really humbling. Right, there you are, close. Well, why don't you just give it a shot? If you don't like it, we'll get you a different one.
The idea is to turn it and then keep it.
Right, this thing is really wobbly.
Yeah.
So if you're up for it, we can have you try a different one today. If you're not, you can always come back next month. But we've got lots of other choices. That's my biggest.
Yeah, I'll come back next month.
Okay.
Because I mean the canoeing was really fun today.
Yeah.
Kayaking.
That was
I mean that was a surprise.
Good.
How good that was.
Good.
Yeah. It was a great. To meet everybody. It was fantastic.
Good. I hope you felt welcomed.
Well, yes, definitely.
Ah. Thank you, honey. Well, I have an owie that made it so my hands don't work very good, and I'm not as strong. Nope, that's just the way they are. That's how they healed. Huh? You can open them. You want to do it? Betty will do it. Here, Betty.
Just give me a sec. I gotta get over here.
Give me 5.
So you just can't move them?
My muscles in my hands don't work right there to open them. Kind of like your mommy and I, our legs don't work very good. Mine also affected the way my hands and arms work too.
His hands and his legs. And his neck has a line on it. How come?
Because that's where I had my owie in my neck. So I have a
I'll show you.
surgery. You want to see my scar?
Don't worry, it's not bad. It's just a line. It's just a little line.
Here, look in the back.
No, I promise. See this thing? No, not looking. Okay.
Oh boy.
Thunder, please. Emery, can you arms up, and we're going to put a seatbelt on you just in case. I think it'll fit her body size a little better.
Yeah.
So we can pull that out, Jose, so it's just not boxed in. It's easier to pull out now than she's in it. I had to struggle with the fact that, hey, look, this wasn't some karma issue of me doing some bad things in my life that now I'm being judged for. I just come to terms with the fact that God had a different plan for me than I ever dreamed, a bigger purpose for me than I ever dreamed. And I try to encourage people that I meet in the hospitals with the same thing, that this injury is a detour in life, but it's not a roadblock, and it's not a terminal illness. You still can and will continue on. You just have to figure out where you're going and what's important to you.
On your left.